You know, so this idea that capitalist power is illegitimate. They are not the producers. We produce the wealth, and we deserve to direct that wealth toward worthy ends. And that was the idea that came out of 1877 that we should remember. And I say that because I see in my students, I see in workers that I know, that they, you know, a long trip, mind trip has been done on us. Recently, you hear in the papers this idea that capital produces wealth without any contestation, right? Without any, you know, they're saying, well, the people with the money can't be taxed because they produce the jobs and produce the wealth. That's what these people were being told too. And out of that, they rejected it, and most importantly, they took action to say, we are a menace to you, right? We are not going to let your order stand without challenge. The other lesson I think that we, besides remembering that it was the movement of the dispossessed that gave us this memory, is that it was at the community level that this movement was built. There was nothing in the national level that had any kind of interracial solidarity that was as bold as what happened on the streets of St. Louis, right? That they said, yes, we will be with you. Now, it was momentary, it died, but it happened. And it made the radical group that came out of this struggle, the Socialist Labor Party, they put that in their platform, interracial solidarity, that the labor movement has to be built on that, and they worked that. And it really did have an effect on the rest of the vision of the labor movement. Moving beyond craft unionism, you know, it's well before the Knights of Labor is established. The Knights of Labor start to move, build on that legacy too, that vision that we can all be together and to fight together as a class, and that you have to build a labor movement that has a structure for class power, for gaining class power. And that craft unions were going to be limited for that. Because if I'm only going out for my contract, you're not going out for your class as a group. So remember, it would take us to the CIO to bring about an institutional version of that after the Knights of Labor die. But in St. Louis, for instance, the 1877 strike made AFL activists sort of stir the pot for a more radical kind of unionism, even when the Knights of Labor had died. But one other thing that I think was a legacy of this that kept a vision of for radicals like Debs, even though Debs didn't support the 1877 strike in his hometown of Terre Haute, he and Mother Jones and other radicals of that late 19th century era began to really consider what it meant to march and shut things down.